Hi, PowerShell community, and welcome our guest today, Jaap from the Netherlands. He is MVP since 2015, a PowerShell, CDC, and now Microsoft Azure MVP, and also the co-founder, co-organizer of the Dutch PowerShell User Group. Jaap, thank you very much for your time. Would you please introduce yourself a little to the community so we get a better idea of who you are and what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. So not quite a co-founder, but I've been involved with the Dutch PowerShell User Group from the very start. I was a speaker at the start and pretty quickly started helping with organizing events. My daily life, I'm a developer advocate, so I work a lot with software tools, making developers enthusiastic about, and whenever I can get away with it, I still love to code things in PowerShell, but many other, mostly scripting languages.
Okay. So before we start with the rest of the questions, would you please stand up and show us your
Of course. It's my okay. Ugly Windows 95 Christmas sweater.
Where did you get that?
It was I think it was 2019. Microsoft did a limited run of these, and it was for charity, I think. So they actually sent it over from the US to Amsterdam, and I thought, well, this looks ridiculous, but also ridiculous in the right way. So I just got it.
Okay, looks cool. So let's talk about your sessions at the PowerShell conference. What I saw in the schedule, you have 2 sessions.
Yeah.
One is what GitHub Codespaces can do for your productivity. And the second one is improve your home automation with PowerShell. Can you tell us a little bit about your sessions and why should the attendee visit your sessions?
Yeah, of course. So one of the things that I've been struggling with, especially when working with multi-platform environments and having to work with JavaScript projects, is whenever I try to get my developer environment up to spec, I use WSL and I installed all the tooling, and sometimes the WSL worked, and sometimes it was just slightly different from what regular Linux is like. So when I started using GitHub Codespaces, it just took all of that away. I don't have to configure and reconfigure my setup every time, and it just speeds up my development and allows me to switch from one project to another project without having to make changes to my developer environment or running a container locally on my machine. So that's why I'm excited about GitHub Codespaces and would like to share that and some of the tricks that I've picked up. The other part is I've unexpectedly spent a lot of time at home. And I started to get more devices that were Wi-Fi connected or Bluetooth connected, and I started looking at ways of automating it instead of having a sprawl of all different kind of apps, and see if I could mimic the API calls and create a PowerShell module around it and be able to create your own dashboards. And I started to buy more stuff as it goes. So what I'll do in my session is I'll handpick a couple of automations that I have around the house, go through the process of actually figuring out how the API calls are, because we all love consuming documentation, but not everyone likes to guide it. So
no. Definitely not.
Sometimes the only alternative is just to intercept the traffic from the device, see if it's not encrypted, and if it's not encrypted, if it's understandable enough to create a module around it. So that's going to be a fun showcase, and also advice on how to automate things around the house.
Okay. So what devices will you show? So what are some examples?
That is that is still TBD.
Okay.
Well, the first and most obvious one is actually the lights that are pointed at me now. I have the streaming lamps. They all come built in with a little web server and an API endpoint. And that was actually my first project. So I created an own custom dashboard instead of having to rely on the smartphone app or the PC app. So that's going to be one of the examples. And there's also more home automation, actual home automation, and not just the lights.
Okay.
But it will depend on how far I get with the project, and also what I can take on the plane.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
the plan is to bring some of the stuff over to Vienna and do an actual demonstration, and whatever I can't demonstrate, I'll try to fill up with video and explain what it is. Because I don't think I'll be able to bring my heating system on a plane, but
could be complicated, yeah. So really love home automation, so really look forward to this session. So what you did so far. Jaap, what I've seen on your LinkedIn profile that you studied 1 year Chinese language. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
You're still learning Chinese, or was it just this 1 year?
So I'm not actively enrolled in any study course anymore at the moment, but I still speak Chinese. I still the way I'm currently mostly learning is by speaking with friends that are interested in either learning English or Dutch, and that's how I try to maintain it together with some apps for the vocabulary. But
how was the idea born to learn Chinese? It's not that easiest language on the planet. So what was the background for this?
I decided I'd been working in IT for about 7 or 8 years, and I decided that I deserved a sabbatical. So I took a sabbatical, signed up for university in China, and just went for it. And I enjoyed it so much that now I try to maintain it, and I've a general interest in learning languages, even though I'm terrible at it. I mean, I still can't pronounce English properly, so.
No, okay. So the PowerShell conference will be in Austria, in Vienna. Have you ever been in Austria before?
Actually, I think I was one of the first people that actually already went to the hotel. So a couple months back, I was in, when was it? I think December. I was in Vienna for a short bit. So I already checked out the venue where it will be held.
Okay. So you already saw the hotel and the venue. So
Yeah.
When you think about Austria, what is typical for you when you think about Austria?
So I love the coffee in Austria. I've never seen coffee served in an ice cream cone, and it was surprisingly delicious.
You got a coffee served in an ice cream cone in Austria?
Yes, in Vienna.
Okay, you need to show me where, because I haven't.
I'll share the photo and the location with you.
Yes, please.
I know it's not typical Austrian, but one of the more typical things I did in Vienna was around the time that the Christmas markets were there, so that was typical. And what is mostly known for here in Holland is also skiing.
Yeah. Okay. That's okay. So do you plan to stay longer in Austria or just for the conference?
It will just be for the conference because I actually have multiple conferences that week, so it's going to be a busy schedule.
Okay, understand. So back to your home automation. So as I said, I really love home automation. Every new stuff we buy need to have an API so we can automate all the stuff. So what was your coolest thing, or maybe your strangest thing you did home automation with?
The one that I'm currently working on, I don't have it fully working yet. Is I want to be able to open my front door without having to walk there. and I already have a panel for it, and I have a little motor that can press on the touchscreen. But then I also need to set up a camera to watch it, so I can actually see who's trying to get in. So I'm now going the different route. So it's connected to a UTP cable that goes to the central building. So I want to snoop on that now and see if I can automate it without a little robot finger.
so when we are lucky, we see that you open the door when you are in Vienna.
Well, that will probably be. Well, actually, it's I can open the door. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds cool.
So wait, I have one more. I needed to clean my windows, and I think it's a bit boring to do. So I got a cleaning a window cleaning robot. You still manually have to put it on the window. So that's something that I probably won't automate, because I think getting a robot to put it on the window would be very awesome. But I don't think Boston Dynamics will sponsor a robot for me, and I currently can't afford one. But the nice thing is it does come with a remote control. So unfortunately, not Wi-Fi. I have a remote control so I can control it at a distance. When I'm sitting in my office, I can tell it where to clean the window.
Okay, are you happy with it? With the result?
I mean, it's not perfect, but neither am I. So
okay, understand. So the last question for today is, what is your favorite PowerShell commandlet and your favorite PowerShell module?
Favorite module is an easy one. That's PS readline. That's just makes it so much better. But if it's not PS readline, then DBA tools, the work that Chrissy and the community are doing with that is just amazing. So definitely a shout out to that.
Have you already ordered the book DBA Tools and Months of Lunches?
I think I ordered it the moment I saw that it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Favorite commandlet.
Or maybe that one you use on a regular base.
That's definitely invoke REST method.
REST methods, yeah, for the APIs.
because whenever you want to automate anything on the web, that makes things so much easier.
That's true. Jaap, thank you very much for your time. Any last words to the community?
If you didn't get a ticket to PowerShell conference yet, get it.
Get the ticket.
If you're still on the fence about it, if you buy a ticket today and only today, I have no idea when today is, then I'll get you a beer in Vienna, or a coffee, or a non-caffeinated drink.
Okay, so everyone who gets his ticket, he will get a beer from you. Okay, that's a deal.
Only today. Only today.
Okay, that's a deal.
Today is the 21st of March.
Okay, so get the tickets.
Always have to set the scope. I mean,
yeah, definitely.
You don't know what happens when the scope
could be expensive.
Everyone is disappointed.
Yeah. Jaap, thank you very much for your time. Looking forward to see you and meet you face to face in June in Vienna. And thank you again, and enjoy your day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.